I've never met a Republican or a Democrat who very neatly fits into a box of, they agree with every single thing that the party stands for. We're all bigger than those parties, just like God is bigger than anything that can fit in one book or even 1,000 books. We are all bigger than what fits into the talking points of either party. I worry about going into some of these subjects because
poison pills,
which we already covered the poison pill thing, right? And again, I'm hoping anybody who's watching these conversations or these videos starts to recognize that there's more to these issues, immigration, since that's the one that was just fresh, than yes or no. And that there's more to it than stepping across an imaginary line that we drew in the sand. Our sovereign borders, yes. But that act alone does not make somebody a criminal worthy of hatred, fear, and abuse. It makes them a person who is clearly desperate. There's a gray area in there. And, again, I don't want to get deep into the weeds on any one particular subject or topic, because until I have any degree of confidence that anybody watching this stuff understands that these things are poison pills, and that y'all can disagree with anything that she says, or you can disagree with anything that I say. You can disagree with the way she explains it or the way I explain it, but understand that nobody here partaking in this conversation doesn't respect what you're worried about, doesn't respect what your concerns might be, but that respect has to be a two-way street. We have a deficit of not just compassion in this country, but understanding. I really don't think we understand each other, because if people on the left think Republicans hate democracy and freedom and lack compassion, then that's a lack of understanding. And if people on the right really think lefties hate this country and want to destroy it, that is a fundamental lack of understanding. Both of those things are factually incorrect.
And when you say Republicans, you're talking about people who vote that way, not the politicians themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Or even the people who maybe vote for an occasional independent or vote for an occasional lefty. That, like, we all have, it's really our country is so stupid. Like the way we've got shit set up. Like, I've never met a Republican or a Democrat who very neatly fits into a box of, they agree with every single thing that the party stands for. We're all bigger than those parties, just like God is bigger than anything that can fit in one book or even 1,000 books. We are all bigger than what fits into the talking points of either party. And that's a problem with the media ecosystems and the conversation we have. It's all been shoved into Team Blue or Team Red. And again, like the polls show it. Not only do we have the largest approval for a third-party candidate the country's ever had, the largest single group of people in this country are either registered independents or non-voters. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, the minority in this country isn't black people. The minority isn't Asian people. It's not Hispanic people. Minority isn't independents. The minority isn't non-voters. The minority is loyal, no matter who, Democrats, and dyed in the wool, registered, vote nowhere but red, better Russian than Democrat or something.
Oh my God.
Those are the minorities in this country, okay, yeah, by the numbers. And so...
Well, good. So what do you think the chances are that we could possibly elect a third-party candidate, or even have a third-party candidate be able to show up to the debates? That's another thing that really makes me mad.
Under the system? Under the current system, not.
Yeah, that's why the media is already deciding who we get to vote for before a primary even happens.
The media and the powerful. There's and I think I brought this up before, but there's an old saying from some power broker back in the 30s or 40s says, I don't care who gets to do the electing as long as I get to do the nominating. Okay. So I don't know if you saw it when I was describing ranked choice voting, that like right now we have, the system is you've got your primary, and the only people that turn out to vote in the primary are the die-hard political junkies. More often than not, they tend to be the bluest of the blue or the reddest of the red. And so what you end up with in the nomination process is the super blue or the super red, the extremes, one way or the other. And, talking about kind of conspiracy theories and whatnot, I think that the whole system is sort of by design, because the farther they can keep the political candidates apart, the less likely there is compromise or bipartisan legislation or anything that moves the ball forward to change things for the constituents, the voters, right? Which means that it maintains the status quo, because the status quo that exists is making some people a whole lot of money and giving some people a whole lot of power, making them very comfortable, while the vast majority struggle just a little bit harder every year, just a little bit harder every year, just a little bit harder every year.
Yeah, the part that kills me is how now the political parties, Democrats and Republicans, are like 10xing their earnings for political campaigns every election cycle, because they've got people terrified that if the other party wins, the whole world is going to collapse or the country is just going to, fall apart.
Yep. It's and the only way they're able, and this is, I'm going to keep banging on this. The only reason they're able to, the only thing that allows that system and that way of doing things to continue to exist is the fact that we, the people, are unwilling or unable to talk to each other and realize how much bullshit it is. We keep voting out of fear against something. When was the last time you voted for something that turned out to be real? I'm listening to a new audiobook, and the author really raised a point that, like, I am a bit of an optimist, and I'm really excited about some of the things that could come to pass in the future. We have technologies, we have ideas that are floating around in the world that could quite literally create, maybe not with the space travel, but could quite literally create a Star Trek future for us within our lifetimes.
Wow.
Those ideas and that technology, it's here.
I would love to see people stop fighting with each other, like working people, no matter what race they are, no matter what religion they are, no matter what gender they are or sexual orientation.
Whether they make 40,000 or 140,000.
Yeah, I mean, we're all working every day to try to put food on the table and keep a roof over our head. And the people who are causing problems for us are not each other, right? So
no,